Hi everyone and welcome. In today's video we're talking about fishing with kids. This is a video I've wanted to do for a little while now, so before I start I'd just like to remind you to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So back to today's video. I take you along on a little trip I had with my kids at the weekend to a local canal and throw in a few tips about keeping them interested along the way. So if you're anything like me and you're really into your fishing and you want to try and get your kids interested in the hobby as well, it can be quite difficult. I'm still trying to work on my two sons and it's turning into a bit more like a marathon rather than a sprint. So this brings me on to my first tip, and that's really to let them choose what they want to fish for. Now I'm really into my fly fishing, but it can be quite a technical way of fishing, and there's the whole mechanics of casting involved as well, which can be a bit challenging for kids. We've had some success catching coarse fish on a short pole called a whip. Now this has turned out to be the preferred method my kids like to use. Now my boys are really mucky pups and they really enjoy getting their hands dirty with stuff. So if you give them little jobs like mixing up your ground bait, holding your fish, washing your net out at the end of the session, things like that, they just love it. After a few attempts, your kids will get used to doing some fishing on their own. This is my eldest having a go right now. The youngest one isn't so bothered. What do we do first? Can you remember? We have to plumb the depth, don't we? What we're fishing with today? Yeah, sweet corn. What happens if the float goes under, James?
Catch a fish.
Well, what do? You
pull it up.
When bites are hard to come by, remember to keep them interested by throwing in some fun activities too.
Right boys, we've got to creep like a ninja to get to this spot. We don't want to make any heavy footsteps, because if we do, it'll put the fish off. Alright, let's creep in, let's creep in.
One for you, dads, don't forget to have a go yourself. Now fishing with kids can be one of the most enjoyable and frustrating things you can do with your children. This brings me on to my final tip, which is to, above all else, try and keep the experience fun. Eventually, you might even get them to ask to go fishing with you rather than you dragging them along. Did we catch any fish? Do we know why? Why? You've been too loud, yeah. Would you come back again? So thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And I hope to see you again soon.